When the competitive scene first started to grow, it was defined by players like Doomsday, Wobblewolf, and Cookiesy. But who else was there during this era? They surely had some competition. There was a strong competitor to all of them at the time named ShaggoN. ShaggoN was a Polish player known for being able to play any mod combo. He was known as one of the best at each of them, at his prime rivaling the best players at the time. But there was one thing that made him stand out among them. You see, his rivals are, without a doubt, very good. But one thing they lacked in was flashlight. I guess Cookiesy has done Symphonic Love Hidden Double Time Flashlight, but other than that the flashlight play among these three was non-existent. ShaggoN though, while competing with them, was also considered one of the best flashlight players in the game. He would get such good accuracy using flashlight that you could still find his scores from 2010 on current leaderboards. Now you may think that the only reason he even appears on the leaderboard is because flashlight gives the most multiplier out of any mod, thus putting his scores above double time plays that are more impressive. This is true and is the case for many old scores. But the thing about ShaggoN is that he didn't need flashlight to stay on leaderboards. That's right, his scores with hidden only and no mods still match the accuracy of modern scores. You can see scores from him as old as 2009 to 2010 still keeping up with the accuracy of even current top players. So imagine how he competed at the time. These achievements allowed him to get second place on the top 20 best players of 2010, behind only Cookiesy, and 20th on best players of the decade. He was a top player as late as 2013, but he seemingly quit around the same time. Because he quit much earlier than the other legends, he didn't reach the similar god status. His legacy and how he was able to compete with the greatest is still remembered by those who saw him play. Now to shift gears a bit, how did the speed skill set look like back then? It peaked with players like Nico, and if you watch my Japanese Mafia video, TTTL. But one player that has gone under the radar since their peak was Remilia-Scarlet, an old South Korean player who peaked in the top 10. He was well known for being one of the fastest stream players, but nowadays we just call it speed. In 2012, he was hitting up to 270 BPM streams with high accuracy that even top players struggle to do nowadays. With that, there are anecdotes of old players that he could burst 400 BPM and single tap 220 BPM, but there is no video proof of it. Regardless, he still holds high leaderboard spots on maps with over 250 BPM where he matches the accuracy of even today's top players. His speed allowed him to be voted within the top 20 best players of 2012. Another thing special about Remilia-Scarlet is that he dominated in other game modes, still having decade-old first place ranks in Taiko, Catch, and Mania. He was considered a top player in all of them, up to being considered the best Osu Mania player. Around 2013, he had to do his required military service and shortly later quit the game. But that may not be the end of his story. I found this YouTube channel named Remilia, which is owned by a South Korean player who mains DJ Max. There isn't any Osu gameplay on it, but when I joined his Discord, I saw that someone linked the Remilia-Scarlet profile back in November. From using a translator, they were seemingly talking about Remilia's tournament wins in different rhythm games, and I guess they mentioned his Osu World Cup win. So it's safe to assume this is him and he's still thriving in other rhythm games. Remilia-Scarlet was good at speed, but what about speed with a single finger? Was there someone known for single tapping in the ancient days? There's someone whose single tap is comparable to even today's fastest single tappers. A first glance at nOtashy's profile shows nothing special, and even looking through it, it looks like another abandoned Osu account from a long time ago. The special part about him is on his YouTube channel, where he has some of the most insane live plays from the older days. This is him single tapping 168 BPM streams, which is equivalent to single tapping 336 BPM aim. Even Lifeline, one of the most popular single tappers, opts to alternate at that speed. The absurdity of nOtashy doesn't stop there, as there's a second live play where he single taps 192 BPM bursts. That's fast enough for 384 BPM jumps. For reference, that's fast enough to DT Time to Say Goodbye, Zetsubo Plantation, and Title Screen. Well, Title Screen is 3 BPM more, but close enough. Looking at Seapul's Time to Say Goodbye compilation, which by the way is 375 BPM, every single person except for Evoxa alternates. Yes, that doesn't consider the aiming part, but still. nOtashy was hitting single tap speeds that only Evoxa has hit, doing it in 2011 before Rapid Trigger existed. For another comparison, let's look at Evoxa's Euphoria single tap play. Euphoria streams are 190 BPM, so Evoxa was single tapping constantly for 380 BPM jumps. That's still within nOtashy's threshold, so if nOtashy was good enough to hit Euphoria streams, he would be able to single tap it for a period of time without Rapid Trigger. His single tap speed was something that wouldn't be rivaled for a long time.